Welcome back. Last episode we learned a bit more about Dog, and Dog's belief towards Bunny. Dog was previously a police officer before owning the bar, and he does not believe that Bunny is genuine with his kindness as he is. He also knows more about this room than I do, so we're going to stumble through that. And that's all really I can comment on, really, so with that, off we go. And from what I recall from my time on the force, there aren't any cops like you who are authentically this people-pleasing. Just my 2 cents. On account of the fact that no one asked, I'd ask that you keep that stuff to yourself, unless you've got something of substance to say. Ooh, passive-aggressive. I don't think Bunny's I'm starting to think Dog's right. Sorry, I think I got a little intense there. I think being trapped here is getting to me. Anyway, let's start working together on this safe puzzle. Time's ticking. Yeah, good call. And just like that, the increasingly tense atmosphere evaporated, and we went back to looking for genuine lies. I saw a few more seemingly false statements, figured they were true, standard stuff. Then I came across a statement that struck me as odd. I am blind. However, if you give me any pile of coins, I can tell them from how many are heads up and make 2 piles with each of the same number of heads up coins. Remember Dog's advice and realize something. What was the statement? It's true because the different indents and stuff, it's coins, not just size, but like you can feel the different. If you took a pile of coins equally, number of heads and flipped them all, you'd always have 2 piles of equal amount of heads up coins. That wasn't a lie. Good thing I didn't falsely claim it was one of the wrong statements. A bit later, Bunny cried out he found the two lies. He tried putting the numbers he found in the statement, and sure enough, it unlocked. What was inside? Appears to be a bell. Ooh, another major item. There's an inscripted number on it. You've got a piece of paper. The second core, so it's Rooster's major item. Use this item, and it will act identical to the last item activated. It's a major trinket. It's an echoing effect. Basically, it can copy any other item being used. That means this is as good as if we found a mine trinket. Yeah, great work. Not bad. Had we spent quite a bit of time trying to solve this puzzle, but in exchange, we found a minor trinket. If we kept at this rate, we'd be out in no time. Anyway, time's starting to get low. How about we input our actions in a separate room and return to the cafeteria? I don't not want to do that. You know you can just say sure, right? Where's the fun in that? You have fun answering simple questions in slightly roundabout ways. Marginally so. Neat. Now let's do that thing I just said. I don't think Bunny and Dog like each other. Well, I think Bunny doesn't like Dog. I don't think Dog cares about Bunny. And with the still tense atmosphere, we left the forum and entered separate classrooms. Without much thought, I pressed the run button. No reason to do anything else, right? After that, I swiftly headed back to the cafeteria. Pretty much everyone else had already gathered when I arrived. Mouse, there you are. You won't believe the good news. 2 more minor trinkets have been found. In no small part thanks to yours truly. You're welcome. Rooster. Rooster's continuously finding minor trinkets. Well, actually, a major trinket. We actually found a major trinket, but it was still. It still worked like a minor trinket. No. Yeah, it would. Yes, that's very well and good. Could you all be quiet? They're about to show the results of the race. Why does it matter? Isn't it obvious what they'll show? Better keep a close eye on it regardless. Before the decision could come to continue, the speaker cut on. Round 3 has ended. Now let's see. Okay, let's see if we can skip. We can. Everyone had said the same. No, it's saying what? There's an additional rule I have to get you a formula of. The quirk of the race, that if you will. You all have to be interested. No doubt you've checked the personality signs. Okay, can't skip it, so are we getting two different ones? Most of you probably dismissed that. For most of that, it was the right choice. However, 2 of you, this personality is incredibly important. The accomplished. So we're getting two new personalities. The accomplished person wants to finish the race in first place, just like everyone else. However, this personality type cannot. This can't be content with a shared victory. For this person to be satisfied, there has to be no more than 3 animals to finish. If this condition is not satisfied, the person with this personality is treated as they are lost. So we have the accomplished, the hateful, and the... Oh, I forgot the word for it. But it's the... Another word beginning with A. Ambitious, there we go. They'll be punished accordingly. That means... Are you kidding? That's crazy. No. The other personality is the weak personality. Unlike the other personalities, this personality doesn't actively wish to win the race. The animal with this personality wants to be in last place when the race finishes. Okay, so it seems we've all been divided into 6 groups. If that happens, all the animals except that one possessing the accomplished personality. Okay, so everyone's paired up, really. However, the caveat is not However, this caveat is not applicable if first place is a tie between 9 or more animals. Ooh. So there is a way. There is a way to win. The way to win is to everyone to reveal their personalities, because if we're all paired up, all it takes is the people with the remain in last place personality to stay there, because then the 6 of them can stay in last place, and the other 6 tie in the lead, because then if they tie less than 9, and therefore everyone in last place should be all the other 6 should keep them alive. So yeah, therefore it's a win. That's how all 12 of us escape. What a farce! Does this guy think he's messing with us? I apologise for not making this rule clear from the start. I feel that you might think that this would have been good information to have from the start, and you're absolutely right. Therefore, to make up for keeping you until now, this round will be extended by 15 minutes. Use the time to regroup, and as always, choose wisely. Okay, cool. There's no way that... Madman. There's no way this was unintentional. He let us foster a false sense of peace. But he didn't lie. He has not lied to us yet. The air is still away. All 12 of us could make it out. And that's clearly how. At least 2 people die. That can be right. I thought he said that if we did everything right, everyone can escape, and everyone can escape. So, considering we're clever, if we are the clever personality, I would imagine, we are one of the ones who have to. We have to reach the end of the finish line. Yeah, and I'm assuming. Ooh. Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Is everyone's pairs, obviously, as Snake said, with the other person. And obviously, Snake needed Dragon to stay last. Okay. Is he serious? Probably. Then people are going to die, aren't they? Is this... Nope. Still new text. Was it true? What was the point of all of this? It seemed to undermine everything Brian had said up until now. Unless... Wait a second, everybody. Mouse. There's something wrong here. What are you talking about? What was I talking about? The rules are unclear on one major point. The rules don't actually mean two people have to die. The rules contradict. Yeah. No. The rules don't actually mean two people have to. Yeah. Yeah. The rules were unclear on one major point, that being everyone's personalities. Huh. I thought they were perfectly clear. No, they aren't. They talk about how the accomplished personality would be executed if they failed the task, but didn't make it clear on what would happen if the weak personality. That's because they'd be executed, right? The Emperor didn't make that explicit. Isn't that a weird oversight? For real? Look, just because this person didn't say it explicitly doesn't mean his point wasn't clear. Yeah, it's not like he was bound to make his rule crystal clear. He's the only one deciding whether or not it will be executed, after all, I guess. Then what's the plan, Chief? The plan hasn't changed. The plan only half changes. Only half of it. We have to reveal personalities. We're going to define the minor trinkets, and then we'll all clear. We'll all reach the finish line at the same time. Hold on, isn't it super duper bad idea to go try to change anything now that we know something about the personality types? Now there's actually a good reason for someone to betray us. And how exactly do you propose they go about doing something like that? We've heard everyone's abilities, and there's no quicker way of moving than using the minor trinkets. If the accomplished type tries to get ahead of the others, and before we begin using them, we'll immediately know their intentions. From there, the group can work against any common enemy and stop them. Once we get all the minor trinkets, we can make it to the finish line at the matter of 2 rounds. Even if the weak type doesn't actively activate their trinket, more than 9 will receive a joint victory, and their immunity was forfeit. So, Ox's plan, given the lack of information, since we only know about 2 of the personalities in this timeline, not 4 of them, Ox's plan, yes, is the most logical. But boy, is he wrong, because he only has half the information. Brian must have deemed it easy for the hateful type to win. So I think this is a text error, because obviously it still says hateful, and that rule has not been in place. So ultimately, we have to proceed with a strategy. 10 of us with normal personalities are fine. Great, so there's no real fear of it all. Thank God. You're all being awfully naive. What? Do you think that those burdened with the rule will simply roll over and die? If they were willing to do that, they would have spoken up about them when asked to. Those that will survive will find some way to do so. To think they wouldn't is to underestimate the desire to live. Yep. Of course he was right. If they had it out of themselves already, then people were facing harsher rules wouldn't be content with the things operating smoothly. The would now be plagued with brutal sense of distrust. How could we when the trader selected our missed? Okay, Tiger Dragon, have you still found the weapons locker? When we had no choice, when we had no choice other than proceeding with the plan, even we knew something was likely to go wrong. Soon enough, we had split up looking for the trinkets. I decided to check around some of the classrooms on the first floor. Evidently, that was the incorrect choice, because although I didn't know it at the time, that made me the first target in line, which is how I ended up being stabbed in the back with a kitchen knife. I screamed out in pain as loud as I could. Those screams actually drew some people to the scene of the crime. Unfortunately, it was too late. I was bleeding out too much. I didn't see who stabbed me, and I wasn't able to. I wasn't even able to do much in my death. So I guess that's a bummer. Oh, okay. Is this right? Yeah, this is right upside down, I think. The Ace of Clubs. In this path, Mouse has already collected all the pieces she needs to solve Brian's puzzle. However, the ability to do something of that, do something and the capability to do it, the ability and the capability to do it are two separate things. Okay, if Mouse doesn't connect the dots herself, no one else will. And then the race shall proceed standardly. Okay, it's 2 already. So Ace and 4. So 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So going for the Ace deck. The Clubs deck first. Let's go back to here and then see if another. We said it was a true statement. That's okay. Yeah, the rules don't mean 2 people have to die, and we know they don't. Mouse, I'm beginning to question your listening comprehension. Wasn't it pretty clear that the accomplished and weak personalities couldn't work with the rest of us? Correct. People with those personalities can't win with the group, so you're defeating your own point. No, I'm not. If those personalities are the problem, then we just get rid of them. What do you mean? Can we do that? I saw no rules such. Well, I did. Sheep and Horse found a major trinket which allows somebody to replace their information with another person's. Oh yeah, we do. Because the second core can just mimic that. At first I thought it just meant they could steal somebody's ability. However, I realized that it could also overwrite a personality. Hey! Mouse is right. That'll totally work. How intriguing. For real? That's great thinking, Mouse. With this, there's a peaceful path ahead of us. Hold on. There's an issue. No, there's not, but because I know why. Why do you always gotta be such a down axe? No, it's just, if I remember the trinket is one-time use. Which means we can only save one person. Seriously? Damn it. Even when it looked like there's a path to safety, you got snatched away. It's alright, Pig. There's still things are still in control, because there's still a way to save everybody. Well then, let us hear it. Dog, Bunny, and I found a major trinket. And that allows you to reuse the last item that was inputted. In other words, it'll allow you to copy an item, not a personality. If we combine the two, I believe I'm beginning to see the picture. Yes, this should work. Good thing too, I'm not sure what I would have done if there had not been a situation like this. So that means, correct, I have the accomplished personality. Had you not worked out a solution, Mouse, things would have gotten far more complicated for me. So I thank you for that. You're welcome. So if it's really going to work, then I also have to admit I have the weak personality. But we can fix that, right? Okay. So yeah, so we have Dragon has hateful. Tiger has. So they're not okay. So the two announced are not announced by pairs. We can ox and sheep. Show that. Of course, we can fix it. With these items, we will be able to work together as a team. Hooray! Hooray indeed. And with this it was incredible how quickly the atmosphere morphed from one to a defeat and one to accomplishment. That was a palpable feeling of positivity that, like we had beaten Brian at his own game. So this will probably get us ending either 1 or 2. I'm assuming, unless it gives us 3, because we didn't. No, yeah, and 3 would say if we chose false or something, maybe. Yeah. If we had worked out a loophole in its design and instead turned it against each other, we could all survive. For my part, I felt quite smug piecing the whole thing together, but I tried to remain humble. Instead, we took the major items and help in cooperation things. We decided that Horse's ability and personality would be the safest to copy. And before long, Ox and Sheep returned. Yeah, because his is a standard, is a run each time. Because then, Yeah. Returning to the classroom, I tested that it worked perfectly. It's fascinating though. What is? The obvious plan for teamwork is such to be in the entire school of a minor trinket. The obvious plan for a team would have been search for the entire school for minor trinkets, but in a search it is almost certain that we would have found both these major and minor major trinkets. It would not take too much thinking to put these pieces together to save those with a special personality. So Brian was accurate when he said that there was a trial. This was a trial for our character, and he was truthful when he said that we could all get out together. If we were all really virtuous and level-headed, the accomplished and weak personalities would out themselves and help the group search for such trinkets. Then, with the group found the two major trinkets, we would realise that anyone could survive. However, I wonder what would have happened if we had not found those trinkets before the announcement even played. I think it's not improbable that instead of banding together, things things would have devolved into chaos, resulting in very few of us surviving. I miss 6 intellect in Club 4 ending. 4 of Club's ending. I kind of was sad about Tiger's actions. What was the purpose? What was the purpose of this thought experiment? I suppose it wasn't one in particular. And then let's get us back to business. We might have thwarted the Jade Emperor's wands, but let's not forget we're still in grave danger. We don't know what other tricks he may try, and we still have need to actually find the 12 minor trinkets. He gave us an extra 15 minutes to try and sort things out, but it's definitely been longer than that. We need to get back to our search. Agreed. Let's split up and search through the school. Yeah, we got this. Let's clear the game in style. What a festive mood. The morale should sure help our effectiveness. Or it'll make us complacent. Whatever. We need to start searching. Let's start searching. And we start searching. We did. The groups formed throughout the school, turning over every room to get efficiency. And even though we found a fair share of minor trinkets, one in a safe in the auditorium, another in the nurse's office, a third in the locked trophy case, there just wasn't minor it wasn't just minor trinkets, but major trinkets we found too. Blinders which shuffled everyone's positions on the board, made everybody's pieces anonymous. A mouse trap which let you move backwards just as much as you want. Rooster even found a pistol in the classroom on the second floor. He did a lot of posing with the head before Bunny confiscated it from him. Thank you, Bunny. We continued to update each other on our progress by meeting in the cafeteria and the end of each round. Then in the so we're at the 6th round. I found something interesting in the computer lab on the 3rd floor. One of the computer screens on the 4th floor. One of the computer screens in the 4th row were open. I figured I should try checking it out. So was it like it was on, or was it taken off? Looking at the screen, there was the PNG by Giant 9 minimized. Weird. Curious, I turned a bunch of other computers. Most of them were powered off, but 3 of them were turned on, 1 in each row. Then I turned them on. The 3 that turned on were locked and needed all a username and a password. I couldn't help but notice the fact that the profile picture of these 3 computers were all unique. First picture was an ox, the second picture was a tiger, and the third was a picture of a bunny. And we have Tiger's name from a different timeline. This couldn't be a coincidence. I looked around the computer a bit more and found sign seems permanent. How to start a computer, a guide. The username will be the owner's first name. Password will be their role. Possible roles: tool, complicit, judge, killer. Okay. So who's the one that we already logged on? That would okay. Tiger is a killer, so Tiger would be okay. So we can unlock Tiger, I guess. Bunny, I'm gonna guess, would be Tool, but we don't know his name, and Ox, being a prosecutor, would make him a judge. Note capitalization matters. Yes, that was definitely Ryan's puzzle. I don't quite get it, but I figured there was no harm in giving it a shot. I started with a computer with Ox on it. Tried to remember Ox's name, couldn't quite remember the prosecutor's name. For the username I input, username Bowen. Who was the victim? I don't know, I'm just gonna go Bowen. Okay, good. And then for the password, Judge. I thought that might do it. However, the computer wouldn't budge. I must have been wrong. There had to be something on a big screen of these computers. I should work on that one already. Sure, all that seemed to be open was a single PNG file, but they wouldn't more of the system. I made my way to the computer and started digging around the system, and through it, I did discover something interesting when I tried to log out. It was something very curious indeed. Fortunately, I would never be able to relay that information because right as I was putting in, those things in my head, I felt a hand around my throat. I tried to fight back. Obviously, my assailant had the element of surprise and will on their side. At the very least, I was able to lay eyes on my attacker. And it surprised me, it really did. Not because of who my killer was. No, it's because my killer wasn't the person who should have been trying to hide what I just found out. So why bother killing me? A nice mystery to ponder as my consciousness slipped over from my body. Ace of Diamonds. The computers, okay, and they're warped. If Mouse pokes around to the computers too much, she might catch that late fix. Mouse is clever and will likely realize that the computer pokes a hole in the story they've been fed. Her getting killed before she can relay this to the rest of the group is the best case scenario. Okay, so these are the aces then. Right? Ace of clubs, ace diamonds, ace ace. Aces, ones, twos. Wait, yeah, this layout is... Yeah, this... Okay. Let's continue back from here then. That's... it's true. Okay. We have one option after that, right? The rule contradicts what the Jade Empress previously said. Huh? I don't get it. I mean, Brian previously said that if we work together, we could all get out alive. But these rules totally blow that promise out of the water. Isn't that weird? For real? Look, that Psycho clearly wasn't planning on us being able to group up like this, so he introduced something to break us apart. Anyway, what does that matter? What does it matter that he changed his mind? It's not like he's bound to do what he said, I guess. So what's the plan, Chief? The plan hasn't changed at all. Is this skippable? It is. And this would get us back to 8. Okay. Yeah, I think with 2 new endings, this would be a safe place to go. So I guess I'll press it's false, and we'll end it there. Can't be right. And we'll find out what happens next time. Thank you for sticking around, really. And I hope to see you in the next one.